Wine has been a popular beverage of mankind for thousands of years. Out of all alcoholic drinks, none has had such an impact on society. The trade of wine between cultures opened up channels for religious and philosophical ideas to spread across Europe. Centuries ago, a wine industry was also the mark of a provident country, as only developed societies could support a prosperous and competitive wine industry. It is often said that Western society built its foundations on wine. Wines from Greece, Bulgaria and Romania are increasingly modern in style and appeal to a growing number of consumers. Now more than ever, wine enthusiasts are eager to discover new wines from little-known places, which opens up a path for these hidden Eastern European gems. In Greece, favourable soil and climate conditions have allowed the widespread of viticulture since the early historic years. Greek wine history begins in prehistoric times, with wild grape residues having been found in many parts of Greece and domesticated vines being cultivated since the second half of the 5th millennium BC. Greek vineyards are among the world's oldest and have produced wines for thousands of years. In Samos Island, the wine production dates back to antiquity. According to mythology, the Samians learned the secrets of viticulture from the Greek god Dionysus himself.
Το σαμιώτικο κρασί έχει μια ινική παράδοση 3.000 ετών. Ξεκινά με τη μυθολογία και τον θεό Διόνυσο, ο οποίος ήρθε στη Σάμο και θέλοντας να καταδιώξει τις Αμαζόνες και να τις νικήσει σε μία μάχη που έγινε εδώ, ζήτησε τη βοήθεια των Σαμίων. Σε ανταπόδοση λοιπόν τους πρόσφερε όχι μόνο την τέχνη της συνοποίησης, αλλά και την ποικιλία, το μικρόρογο Μοσχάτο Σάμου. Το μικρόρογο Μοσχάτο Σάμου είναι η ποικιλία βασιλιάς και μάλιστα στο 98% του σαμιακού αμπελώνα. Ο ενιαίος συνοποιητικός συνεταιρισμός της Σάμου ιδρύθηκε το 1934 και από τότε εμπορεύεται και εινοποιεί το σύνολο της παραγωγής των 2.500 αμπελοκαλλιεργητών μελών του.
The PDO sweet wine Samos, or Muscat de Samos, is one of the most famous Greek wines. It is produced from Muscat grapes from semi-mountainous, non-irrigated vineyards on dry stone terraces. These grapes are known for having highly perfumed aromatics and high sugar levels, and tend to be grown in compact, elongated bunches on the vine. It has an attractive, bright, yellowish colour. It's fully aromatic, sweet and warm in the mouth, with adequate acidity refreshing the palate. The white Muscat grape covers about 98% of Samos's vineyards. The Samos Muscat is highly recognized all over the world and has definitely associated its name with its geographical origin, as is the case with the best international varieties. This is the reason why Samos wine is one of the oldest registered European designations of origin, PDO, and is entitled to be marketed under the name Samos internationally.
Ο σαμιακός αμπελώνας έχει την ιδιαιτερότητα να είναι ορεινός και ημιορεινός. Εκεί λοιπόν, σε πατρογονικές πεζούλες ξερολιθιάς, φύεται το υπέροχο σαμιώτικο μοσχάτο σταφύλι. Αυτό το σταφύλι που παράγει ποιοτικούς ίνους, ποιοτικούς PDO ίνους ονομαστούς σε όλο τον κόσμο. Δοκιμάστε τους λοιπόν καθώς ταξιδεύουν σε 27 χώρες ολόκληρου του κόσμου και εμείς τα ονομάζουμε κρασιά των θεών. Τα κρασιά των θεών στο τραπέζι των ανθρώπων.
Moving further north on the northwest Greek Macedonia at Naousi is one of the oldest indigenous varieties in Greece, Xenomavro. Xenomavro naousa is a singular northern red, is the most significant red grape, an aged red dry wine. It has taken on a dark red colour and excellent velvety taste after 2 years in oak barrels and another 2 years in the bottle. A wine with a full body, ripe tannins and aromas of dried fruits and spices. Xinomavro can produce red, white and rosé wine, even though it's a red grape variety. The name Xinomavro is complex and consists of 2 words, the word black and the word sour, which describe the acidity and intense red colours of the variety. These characteristics, combined with the way of vinification and aging, highlight charismatic wines with a complex personality. Vaeni Naousa Co-op is one of the most highly progressive wine-producing units in Greece, representing 50% of the local wine production. Currently, Vaeni exports wines to more than 30 countries around the world and has 30 quality awards. The association has 116 stainless steel tanks, with a total capacity of 5,500 tons and 10 winemakers.
Γιώργος Φουντούλης, πρόεδρος του Vaeni της Νάουσας και πρόεδρος όλων των εινοποιών της ζώνης της Νάουσας, 22 εινοποιία στο χώρο μας, που ασχολούνται μόνο με το ξινόμαυρο ή κατεξοχήν με το ξινόμαυρο στο 95%. Το ξινόμαυρο είναι μια γηγενής ποικιλία η οποία μας κάνει να αναγνωριζόμαστε σε όλο τον κόσμο. Η διαφορετικότητά της και τα κρασιά ποιότητας που παράγει είναι κάτι διαφορετικό από όλες τις γαλόφερτες ποικιλίες που παγκοσμίως υπάρχουν. Το Vaeni παίρνει το 52% της ζώνης. Η σταφυλική παραγωγή λοιπόν που εσκομίζεται σε εμάς διατίθεται εμφιαλωμένη κατά βάση και σε 33 χώρες που εξάγουμε σήμερα. Βεβαίως τον τελευταίο 1,5 χρόνο έχουμε θέματα με τον COVID, δεν είναι ελληνικό το φαινόμενο, είναι παγκόσμιο και μας έχει δημιουργήσει κάποια προβλήματα. Στα πλαίσια αυτά κάνουμε και μέσω της ΚΟΑ προγράμματα τα οποία θα βοηθήσουν στο ενόφιλο κοινό παγκοσμίως να τα γνωστοποιήσουμε, να γνωστοποιήσουμε το κρασί μας, τη διαφορετικότητά του και μαζί με Ρουμανία, Βουλγαρία αλλά και τη Σάμο τρέχουμε συγκεκριμένο πρόγραμμα το οποίο μας βοηθάει και θα μας βοηθήσει στην πορεία να γνωστοποιούμε αλλά και να βρούμε καινούργιες πόρτες, καινούργιους πελάτες παγκοσμίως. Θεωρώ λοιπόν ότι το εγχείρημα το οποίο βεβαίως υποστηρίζεται και από την Ευρωπαϊκή Ένωση είναι πάρα πολύ καλό για μας, ιδιαίτερα σε αυτήν τη συγκυρία που έχουμε προβλήματα διάθεσης ποσοτήτων, εμφιαλωμένου κρασιού, ελαιό, COVID, όπως προανέφερα.
The ecosystem of the area favours the wine production. The vineyards have a privileged position. Their altitude starts from 150 metres and reaches to 350. They are located on the southeastern slopes of Veramo and thus are protected from the cold north winds, while at the same time benefiting from the rays of the midday sun. An interesting fact is that Xinomavro was the first Greek wine which was able to make a transatlantic voyage during the 50s. The main reason is that it has huge aging potential and can be kept unchanged for 40 to 50 years.
Το ξινόμαυρο μας έχει κάνει γνωστούς παγκοσμίως. Ο κόσμος το βρίσκει πάρα πολύ ελκυστικό για τη διαφορετικότητά του, τα αρώματά του, το σώμα του, τον πλούτο του. Και βεβαίως ήταν η μοναδική ποικιλία, το μοναδικό κρασί που εκείνα τα χρόνια, με εκείνα τα μέσα μπορούσε να διασχίσει τον Ατλαντικό ωκεανό και να μην δημιουργούνται προβλήματα ποιότητας κατά τη μεταφορά του. Βρίσκουμε κρασιά και σε ναυάγια βεβαίως του Αιγαίου, τα οποία είναι 1000 και πλέον ετών, που το κρασί μας ακόμη διατηρείται ανέπαφο και μάλιστα έχει ισχυροποιήσει τη δομή του αλλά και την εξέλιξή του. Είναι κρασιά μεγάλης παλαίωσης και βεβαίως η τεχνογνωσία σε εμάς δεν λείπει, υπάρχει από γενιά σε γενιά γιατί αιώνες τώρα ασχολούμαστε με αυτό.
Under the glorious Greek sun, it is transfigured into grand wines, which express the unique terroir of their origin. Wines that are ready to leave even the most exacting wine lovers speechless, yet happy that they have had the kind of unforgettable wine experience that leaves one hanging for more. Next stop is in picturesque Brestovica, the wine capital of Bulgaria, at Plovdiv region. Plovdiv Regional Wine and Wine Chamber, RVWC, Trachea, is an association with 5,786 registered producers of wine grapes and 58 winemakers.
Здравейте! Искам да ви представя нашия проект Wine Quality Legend, който ние съвместно с нашите приятели и колеги от Гърция и Румъния решихме да представим нашите характерни за съответните асоциации и страни сортове. Специално нашата лозаро-винарска камара Тракия се зае да промотира сорта Маврут. Този сорт е особено характерен за нашия регион и за Тракийската низина. Специално теруара на този сорт, пловдивската така наречена яка, планината около Пловдив. Характерно за този сорт е, че той старее, той се развива, колкото повече старее, толкова по-добре се развива във времето.
Brestovica Winery is among these winemakers. The winery was built in the late 30s of the last century, designed by French engineers. It is a classic example of a French above-ground cellar with a total capacity of 4 million litres. This rich heritage of over 6 millennia of winemaking traditions, together with the strict EU wine regulations, make Brestovica Winery a high-rated producer of quality wines. Here, at the West Thracian Valley of southern Bulgaria, is cultivated one of the oldest red wine variety, Mavrud. The name Mavrud is derived from the Greek word mavro, which means black. This is probably because the skin of the Mavrud grape is bluish black. Mavrud has an intense ruby colour with brick hue, a sense of smoke on the nose, walnut leaves, medium body and a dry finish.
Също много характерно за него е, че той е може би най-стария български сорт. Датира поне от 3000 години по нашите земи. Виждате, това е гроздето от Маврут. Има тук вече имаме няколко бутилки от различни бутилки от виното Маврут. Това са едни от основните вина, които промотираме на този проект. Маврут като сортово вино, чисто и съответно купажи с Маврут. Ние имаме особен афинитет към тези пазари, към които са отправени нашите промоции, Сингапур, Виетнам и Южна Корея, и смятаме, че тези наши вина имат огромен потенциал там. Затова сме активни, затова правим този проект и ангажираме нашите винопроизводители от регионалната лозаро-винарска камара Тракия и нашите лозари, както виждате. В момента те берат гроздето, от което след това ще направим тези прекрасни вина.
Bulgarian wine is popular worldwide due to its undeniable taste qualities, which are achieved through the combination of very subtle climatic conditions and geographical characteristics. Summers are long and warm, rainfall is in the optimal range, and diversity of soils is a favourable prerequisite for growing a large variety of grape types. Wine from Bulgaria brings you an unforgettable deep taste of tradition while maintaining the highest international standards. Last but not least, we will move further north at our final destination in Romania. Here at the southwest of the Constanța County, along the right bank of the Dunab River, there are the vineyards of Ostrov. The wonderful land of Ostrov has hidden and transmitted from ancient times a culture of vines and wine. The Ostrov vineyard has a large wine-growing area of approximately 1,000 ha and 2 wineries with capacity of 130,000 hectolitres of wine. The Professional Wine Association, Teresel Dunari. Ostrov is famous for red wines, like Merlot, Sauvignon and Pinot Noir, but also for white wines, like Sauvignon Blanc, Chardonnay and Pinot Gris.
Hello, here we are at Farm 5 from Domeniile Ostrov. It's one of our best farms that only produce white varieties. We have Chardonnay, Fatesca Alba, Fatesca Regala, Riesling and Sauvignon Blanc. In this specific area is where we have Chardonnay. We have a beautiful location. As you can see here, there is not flat land, everything is terraces. We are located right by the water, which give us a good temperature control. We don't get very heat waves, which is very important for white wine production. All this area, for this wine, we have harvested at night time. When we harvest at night, we harvest at a lower temperature and we have less oxidation, so we produce a much better wine. Most of the white wines here in Domeniile Ostrov are harvested at night.
The local varieties of Fatesca Alba, Fatesca Regala and Krampusy are also some very popular local white wine varieties. Here there is one very special grape variety, the Teresel Dunari. This is a red, white, rosé grape variety of Romanian origin. The geographical indication Teresel Dunari is attributed to the wines obtained from grapes produced in the area delimited for this name.
So this is our Leggio. It's our ultra premium blend that we make here. It's made from Chardonnay and Sauvignon Blanc. It's all grapes farm harvest from this farm, Farm 5, which is 120 hectares of our best whites that we produce from our region. This wine we barrel fermented, a portion of it, and the other portion was fermented in stainless steel just to preserve a little bit more aromatic, fresh aromas into it, and the oak gave more palate to it. Yes, it has a beautiful passion fruit aroma with in the back a little bit of oak. The oak, we don't use brand new barrels, we use old ones just to keep the freshness. Anyways, good luck friends here at Domeniile Ostrov. Cheers!
The exposure of the hills and the luster of the Dunab give the vine culture very good conditions for the grapes to reach full maturity and to meet all the organoleptic and physic-chemical characteristics necessary to obtain high-quality wines. The current owners have successfully managed to bring the vineyard and winemaking technology to European standards, so that the road to be followed to make a high-quality wine to meet the most demanding conditions, bottling Ostrov Domain's wine in the winery.
Asociația Terasele Dunării este o asociație de producători de vinuri care se întind pe malul Dunării, un tărâm binecuvântat, sătul de soare. Aici cea mai mare podgorie este podgoria Domeniilor Ostrov de 1300 de hectare. Producem vinuri de origine controlată Oltina și vinuri de indicație geografică Terasele Dunării. Acesta este unul dintre vinuri Chardonnay de origine controlată, cules din această vie de Chardonnay, struguri selecționați și vinificații prin metode tradiționale. Noroc!
From soft and fresh to rich and strong, Greek, Bulgarian and Romanian wines can offer a diversity of flavours as well as some indigenous varieties of grape that will enchant travelling onophiles. For wine lovers in the know, the Balkans remains a closely guarded secret, often overlooked when talking about the world's best wine-producing regions. There's a wealth of fascinating, unique and bold wines to be discovered.